So today I'm going to talk about my UX journey, how it started versus how it's going. For my friends and family who don't know, or anyone else out there, UX is short for user experience. It tends to refer to any sort of design for digital products such as responsive websites, mobile apps, smart TVs, smartwatches. So I'm going to rewind the clock back to Christmas Eve 2021. I met a buddy of mine in a bar for some drinks before the holiday, and we were both kind of talking about how we were, dissatisfied with our different jobs. He was kind of in the hospitality slash food service industry, and I'd been doing, warehousing, manufacturing. And he told me about this coworker of his who quit to join a boot camp. And she told him, if you're looking for a change, this is how I did it. I don't know how long her boot camp is or what the extent of that was. But as we're sitting there, I'm looking at boot camps on my phone, like what is the cost? How long does it take, etc. The next day was Christmas. I did the whole holiday thing with the family. After I got home, I started with a free trial of a coding boot camp right away. I think it was Code Academy. I can't remember. Maybe JavaScript was the language I was learning. I was formerly a computer science major before I was an art major, but I wasn't excited about it. And it took only a couple days to say, like, yeah, I could do this, but I don't really want to. So I started looking at what other boot camps are out there, and eventually I kind of came across UX, and I was kind of familiar with it already. Just started researching the different boot camps. That's kind of how I spent like January through February. Is like, which one of these boot camps is a possibility? Because there are a ton of options out there, and they range wildly in price. Some of them are borderline free. Some of them are $20,000. At that point, like, I started thinking, like, do I just want to go back and get a master's degree? I landed on the DesignLab Bootcamp because of their cost, their flexibility, and they had a one-on-one mentorship program. So those things all kind of clicked for me. Also, the way that the DesignLab program is set up into kind of 2 or 3 sections. So this first section is called Foundations, and that's a separate class all on its own. At the time, it was only $500. It might be a little more now. But you take this Foundations course to kind of build up enough understanding and knowledge to get through the main course, which is the Academy course. The Foundations can be done in 4 to 8 weeks, but you really have to hit it hard to do it in 4 weeks, which was kind of my goal. I started Foundations in March, and I wanted to get that done in a timely fashion because they were raising the cost of the Academy tuition by $1,000 in in May. So I wanted to get into the April cohort so that I could pay $1,000 less and hopefully finish sooner. And I managed to do that, got into the April cohort. I'm in the Uzelac cohort for anyone familiar with Design Lab. That's kind of how that started. I quit my job in April because I knew there was no way I could do that job while doing the course. The nature of my job at the time was on any given day, they could say, tomorrow you have to work 2 hours overtime. In any week, they could say, you also have to work Saturday. Even doing the foundations, which the foundations was sort of a part-time class, I had a hard time getting that work done. I burned up a lot of vacation days just to kind of catch up on coursework, things like that. So I started to realize, like, this isn't going to be possible. I'm going to have to, like, put my faith into this program and quit the job. I took out a home equity loan. I've talked to a bunch of other people in the program to see, like, how they did it. A lot of them are younger than me, so they went and moved back in with their parents, things like that. But it's kind of like taking that step where, like, you have to kind of sacrifice something in order to get something new, right? The academy is set up into 2 phases. The first phase, the first half, they kind of hold your hand developing a single product. It's the way the program's set up now, it's doing a mobile responsive site After that first half, then you do 3 more similar projects all on your own, kind of unguided, but with the help of your mentor, with the help of your peers in the program. And those 3 projects end up going into your portfolio. I've learned all sorts of terms and things that I didn't know before: heuristics, information architecture, accessibility, user testing, affinity mapping. These are all like terms and things you'll learn that they throw at you. So where am I at now? Now I am finishing my final project. I'm hoping to turn it in next week. Today is November 21st, and the program is actually closed down for the week of Thanksgiving. This is one of their seasonal breaks, and I'm hoping to turn in the final project on Monday, and then shortly thereafter submit my portfolio for review. That can take up to 14 business days. Then I'll be in the full-on job search mode. I have done a little bit of freelance stuff along the way to kind of, keep a little bit of money coming in. Overall, I'm pretty pleased. I'm near this end point. After 7 months, I'm on the verge of a real career. I feel like for the last 16 years, I've had, just jobs. And a couple of them could have been careers, but I didn't want to be in those places. The hardest thing about these 7 months are, you're going to turn down invitations from your friends and family to go out or have dinner or whatever the thing is. Any hobbies you have are going to fall by the wayside. Like, that's just kind of the nature of it. Like, every once in a while I kind of make myself do something fun to kind of de-stress, but like there's a lot that goes on. Like, you're learning a lot of information in a short amount of time in order to make this career turnaround. There are things I would do differently, knowing what I know now, and I'll talk about those in a future video. I'll probably do a full-on review of DesignLab after I finish. For the most part, I don't really regret any decisions that I've made. Like I said, there's a couple things that I would do differently, but overall, I'm very pleased, to have made this decision. I feel confident that I've made, the right choice. This is what I should be doing. I feel like UX takes advantage of talents that I've established over the last 20 years and even, before that in my college career. Just overall feels good. If you have any questions about the UX field or boot camps or whatever, hit me up. I'll see what I can do. But thanks for watching. That's my journey so far, and I'll have updates in the future.